Saber on the beat.
Yo, everybody.
I'm going to miss our intro.
Huh?
I'm going to kind of miss our intro.
Ant made us late. Ant did make us late. Where the hell you been, bro?
I'm sorry. I was doing things, you know?
You're supposed to say that for after the podcast.
I ran late. I apologize. Hey, Sarah. How are you?
You didn't
Hi,
run.
how are you doing?
Good.
You didn't run.
I literally ran.
You ran.
Sprinted.
Yeah, from the front door to the office.
Okay, I'm a sprinter too. Sorry,
It was a-
not a long-term.
It was a long jog. It was a long jog.
Motion.
All right. So we have Kat, Ant, and of course Sarah Fields with Texas Freedom Coalition.
Yes.
How has it been? Because you are doing a dual role now, aren't you?
Yeah. So recently Texas Freedom Coalition became a 501c3. And so now I'm secretary of the board and director of advocacy. And we're doing all these different things for other candidates. While at the same time, I've also joined the Chad Prather campaign. So,
Nice.
which I'm super stoked about. But
Just ask her what she's not
Right. Right.
for Texas.
I'm
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's great. Congratulations.
Yeah, but I still have time to trigger people. That's the best part.
I mean,
It
that's
is.
the best part of everything.
It is the best part of everything. And like I have so many interesting things that come in from Australia still. And it's
Still?
so freaking great. Yeah, I know. And people from Australia messaging me from both sides. And but you want to hear something? This is gold, okay? This is I have to tell you guys this because this this made my freaking day. So I'm sure you heard that the Australian government is now paying people $1,000+ in order to compensate them for injury from the COVID-19 vaccine, right? So
I didn't see that.
oh my God.
I was told to mind my own business with Australia, and I listened. I've just been over here minding my business.
So they're
Such a lie.
I just think it's great because I love calling it out. But this is the best part that I actually found out recently is that even though they are compensating people for harmful things that happen, from the COVID-19 vaccine, they have a list of things that they're compensating for and a list of things that they're not compensating for. Okay.
Wow.
So guess what the number one thing is on the top of the list that they will not compensate for?
Death. Death.
No.
If it's
According
that,
to
I'm
them,
going to lose my
the
mind.
number one thing they're not compensating you for if it happens when you take the vaccine. COVID.
Shut the front door right now. Stop.
It's the
Stop.
very top thing on the list. Things not compensated for COVID. So the one thing that you're trying to, quote, protect them from, that they're not going to compensate you if you get the thing that they're trying to protect you from.
You just can't make it up.
Legit my reaction to everything now. Is just,
I'm surprised Joe Biden hasn't come up with this plan yet.
it's a brilliant plan.
It's really
I'm sure he'll adapt.
Or Fauci. I mean, did you hear him call the senators on the Republican side morons today?
No.
I'm not caught up. I'm not caught up with Capitol Hill today.
Yeah, he left his mic on and called them morons.
Wow.
Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz just flipped out too. I commented on Ted Cruz. I'm like, okay, Teddy, I got my eyes open, but I'm waiting.
It's
Can
the
y'all
number
see that?
one thing, COVID-19. Wow. What? I can't anymore.
So, way to admit that. Sorry,
But just when
protecting
you-
from this, but if you get it, we can't protect you from it.
Yeah.
But just when you think that, like, when somebody tells you something, back in the day, we used to be like, no, that can't be real. Now you're just like, Probably.
After having that conversation a few hours ago, where I'm like, when kind of hits you, you're like, wow, that really escalated quickly. Like,
Well,
the
somebody on my Facebook told me that if you're vaccinated, at least you won't die as bad.
Oh yeah, no, that was a newspaper article.
I'm sorry, what?
No, but I've seen it again.
Oh, you're seeing it again.
Yeah.
So, like the
What's
symptoms
worse
could be
than
worse.
dying?
Yeah.
Cat! What is worse than dying?
It could be worse than
Fucking Joe
that.
Biden's fucking America.
Everybody
That's what.
dies. Everybody died. I don't even know why I'm here right now.
I don't either, because according to the
I
left,
can't
we should
believe
all
I'm
be
here, guys, and I wasn't even supposed to be here.
dead. How did the world live the first year of COVID without any vaccine?
Better.
I don't
Back
know.
when
You know, technically better because we have less deaths.
Yes.
We had less deaths then.
Yeah,
Huh.
I shouldn't
That's
even have to
interesting.
pay any of my debt. I wasn't supposed to be here.
Exactly. So what's new and improved going on with you since the last time that you were here?
Well, she joined the Chad Prather campaign.
Oh, I know. Like, tell us about it. I want details, though. Like, what are you doing
Oh.
with it? Like, shut up. Tex.
Everything. Are you
Does it
kidding
mean
me?
you get to like hang out with Chad? I just want to know.
Oh, Lord.
I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, okay. I was
And
hanging
don't
out with
stand
Chad
up.
before.
Shut up.
Oh my Lord, guys! We need to add a rating to the podcast.
Welcome to late night.
What happens when you're late to the podcast?
Late night with the
Yeah.
Freedom Fam.
So Chad and I were already pretty close before I came onto the campaign. Like he's actually one of my best friends. So it only seemed natural to be on the campaign. So because a lot of what I was doing, that I'm doing now, I was already doing. It's just like, hey, now you're freaking paid. So it's
No, honestly, so people were asking me, I was live before I came on here today, and people were asking about Chad, and we're talking about Chad, and hey, or why do I want Chad? And I said, listen, I don't live in Texas, but I'm all for like grassroots type of people running for office.
yeah.
And I always have to give it up to Tex because he's taught me a lot about the grassroots kind of stuff that I never knew about. And I just think it's great because people can relate to people like Chad. Like, minus all, like, the jokes set aside, like, of course, I'm a fan of his, he's adorable, whatever. But, like, people can relate to that. And I think that more people, and I think that he gives that energy, maybe, to, like, other people to be like, well, then I can do it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited for the Longview event. Like, I'm so excited to just be in other people's presence. Kat will be with me on FaceTime the entire time.
Please don't. FOMO so bad right now.
I know.
The greatest thing is that the other two candidates, they have war chests. They have millions of dollars to spend. They have hundreds of employees. They have field offices all over the state of Texas. The Prather campaign is literally me, Chad, and Allison. That's it.
Wow.
And we have a war chest, and we don't have all of these other things that these other candidates have, yet he's sharing a stage with them and he's killing it. Like, that tells you a lot. That tells you a lot about how hard we're working and how much of an impact he has on Texans.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Are you seeing the impact? Are you seeing the steam build for him?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay,
Especially
good.
recently. And it's probably, I keep telling him it's only probably going to pick up steam now that we're getting closer to the primaries. People are starting to pay closer attention because a lot of people, they're not like me. They're not like us. They're not into politics. A lot of these people, they wait until the last minute to even vote or even educate themselves on voting, and so now I think it's like 45 days left until the primary and early voting. And now people are really starting to pay attention. Now he's picking up a lot.
But that guy, Rick Perry, that did this thing as a joke, is polling like really high.
It's great.
It's the
Well, it
funniest
is, but
I've
it's
ever
like
seen it.
that just shows like how stupid voters are.
It does, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Like,
Yeah.
and do you know what we're talking about?
So a little bit. I had heard somebody had kind of started running as a joke.
Our previous governor
Oh, it's not a
before
joke.
Hot Wheels was Rick Perry was his name.
Okay.
And he was a joke too. And so this guy named Rick Perry decided to throw his name into the hat as a joke, thinking he can get elected essentially off of name recognition. And he's like, in some polls, he's very up there in polls just because of name recognition.
In certain, okay, got
He's
it.
not campaigning. He's not doing nothing.
People think that it's the other guy.
Yeah,
So can I say something to that?
absolutely.
This guy, Rick Perry, is not running to win. He was put, I'm not going to say who, and it wasn't us, but one of the candidates found someone named Rick Perry and more than likely paid his fee in order to run in the state of Texas in order to pull votes from Abbott in the primary. That's the whole reason for Rick Perry.
Cool here for
It
it.
is literally a target on uneducated voters. It is a political game because they're
And it's working.
and it's
How
working.
sad is that?
It's genius.
That's how sad it is, though, that
That
and
we
mind
have
you,
to
these
do that.
same people that are probably like saying that they're going to poll for Rick Perry are the same people that complain about everything, but don't want to get educated
Mhm.
on anything.
Well, for sure.
Your guys'
I mean, you're not even educated on the real Rick Perry.
Exactly. Because any real Texan that's lived through a Rick Perry gubernatorial stint, it was not fun.
No.
no.
So
Well, he tried to mandate the HPV vaccine here in Texas.
sure did.
Yeah, he
So-
actually mandated it, got a bunch of backlash. Turns out he got kickbacks from the drug manufacturer.
Shut
I know, shocking.
And then
Money.
after all the backlash he got, he ended up rescinding his order. But yeah, he at one point mandated it.
That's insane to me.
So
He's awesome.
So Sarah, so what are some top points for people that don't know who Chad is? What are some top things that he wants Texans to know that he's going to do? Like, what is he pushing for? What's the most important for him? I know there's probably a lot, but
There is a lot. I'm going to say that I think some of his top 3 things are he's going to absolutely make sure that vaccines are not mandated because we've seen the havoc of people who are, I believe, wasn't it yesterday that OSHA's whatever went into effect? I'm not going to say mandate or law because none of it's legal.
But I rescinded it for the courts first, so I don't know if it actually went into.
It went into effect. My
Did it?
roommate actually, they've been messaging him like crazy, telling him that he needs to let them know due to OSHA, and it's all. I've been inundated with messages,
Holy crap.
and yeah, and we as Texas Freedom Coalition have been inundated because we have connections with Paul Davis, which is the fired up Texas lawyer. Definitely follow him. He is one of the only attorneys in the state of Texas that's actually helping people with the vaccine mandates, and he's been inundated with people who are asking for help because they are all in danger of losing their job, including my roommate. So yeah, it's heartbreaking. So I will say that the top thing that Chad focuses on, one of the top things that he focuses on, is getting legislation approved to make it illegal in the legislation. We need to make it illegal. Abbott's not done it. He's ignoring the elephant in the room, and he's just not doing it. He's not paying attention to anybody that's calling for a 4th special session right now.
well, where has he been? I haven't seen Abbott anywhere.
He's campaigning, but he's
I
going
haven't.
to the most,
I,
he's
Well,
going
mainly
to
it's hard to see him
liberal-
because he only sits about yay tall, so it's hard to see him.
Here I'm coming now.
So,
I'm just saying, like,
But do you know where he wasn't? He wasn't in that court hearing.
hey, just so you know, I didn't
he's
only.
also not any of the gubernatorial debates.
Right.
He refuses
There
to
was,
come to any of
like-
them.
Big court hearing in Texas today with all of the cases of the children who had fallen through the cracks. These kids that were like put in institution after institution, psych ward after psych ward, and got sexually abused, just beaten, neglected. and the meeting went from 9 until 3, and he didn't even show up for it, and his name was on it. Like, these are children who had horrible things happen to them, and then one of the other guys that was there only sat for an hour and a half.
So was he invited to, like, he was supposed
He
to
was
come
on
to
the
this?
caseload. I'll shoot you the link. Like, he was on the
Okay.
caseload. I saw it before I got on here. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely
I
send it
get
to
that you
me.
can't be everywhere, but I kind of feel like when it comes to like the kids, you should probably show up.
Should probably show up. And yeah, so there was actually an event recently. It was a candidate forum, and Abbott actually had said that he was going to come to this event until he found out that the other candidates were going to be there, and then he backed out and said there was a scheduling conflict. So he's a coward. We'll just say that. And I've had people. I have to tell you this, and I actually posted it, and then I immediately deleted it. But I'll say it here. Someone came up to me and was like, the only seat that Abbott is going to keep is his wheelchair. And I went to go post it, and I was like, oh, that's not a good look. I need to.
Well, just let Tex do it.
Text. Yeah, run it up the flagpole to Tex. He'll post it.
Well, last night on the because was that technically considered a forum? I don't think it was really a debate much, was it?
It's never really a debate. They agree on so many issues. It's more of a forum for sure.
So I was in there trolling too. I mean, Don Huffines was up there talking, and I was like, wait a minute, Chad Prather's taller than Don Huffines sitting down. Like, this can't be good. Yeah, he's a short little. I mean, I met the guy, unfortunately, but yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, yeah, I know that I live in Florida and I see a lot of DeSantis, but like I never see Abbott on any of the news stations. Nobody's interviewing him, questioning him, asking him, like nothing. He's not doing nothing. Nothing.
Probably will start toward the end of January, beginning of February, I imagine.
It's too late.
It's too late.
January's too late.
Well, I
He
mean,
needs to start now.
No, let him do his thing.
But I'm saying,
Like, let him stay over there. I'm gonna.
I get it.
He's actually been in a lot of media, but he's been in a lot of liberal media. He has been in a lot.
That's where we're not seeing him. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he over on CNN?
I don't know.
Probably.
I'm not really sure.
That's where he
Really sure.
belongs.
It is where he belongs because he's a Democrat through and through.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, thank you, Charlotte.
Hmm.
I'm glad I'm moving to a free state too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, and the other two things. What?
Someone wrote, I think his chair died. It's charging.
Oh.
He doesn't have an electric wheelchair.
That's where
He's got a manual one. He doesn't have. He doesn't need to charge.
I just can't. So go ahead, Sarah.
Oh, the other two the other two things that he will definitely be focusing on is the border. He's going to close the freaking border because you can close the freaking border. And then I believe the other thing that he's going to be focusing on is property tax.
And maybe he can push the Biden administration to finally release the reports for the border apprehensions. Because, I mean, usually we have them by now, don't we? What is the holdup? Why do they have trouble reporting in this administration on anything?
Well, in order to report the news, you have to have like a mentally there president to report on. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. That's why it's all recycled garbage. And
I'm tired.
Oh, I'm tired.
Bad and get vaccinated.
Even Texas can't report on the Texas border. It's a shame because so many Texans are so misled they think that Abbott's out there building the wall, and he's not. He's not. And he has National Guard out there. It's actually heartbreaking. His National Guard out there that is
I made the bill.
His National Guard out there that are literally there for photo ops, and that's pretty much it. And their hands are tied behind their back because they're not being allowed to do their job, and they also don't have the equipment necessary to do their job or the gear necessary to do their job. And their conditions are horrible. And there's been suicides reported, and they've been told to be quiet. So yeah, they've
Well,
been told
the massive amount of like opiate, like the fentanyl that is coming through the
Fentanyl.
border, and the fact
Get
that
your
more
blankie?
people are. I got my blankie, boo.
Yeah, he's got his blankie too.
Like more people are dying
Where is everybody?
from opiate.
Why are all the screens dark?
What?
are all the
All
screens
of my
start-
screens.
What did you do?
I can see.
I see you. You see me.
I don't see you. We're sitting over here looking like two big Barneys.
Wow.
Why is it dark, Tex?
Go out, come back in. Oh Lord.
Testing.
What is happening?
Are you there?
I see me now.
You can't see us? Oh, bye. Hi. What is happening right now?
What does it mean? What does it mean? Or maybe it's FBI entered chat.
Australia entered the chat. Fucked up our podcast.
No, I'm actually not messing with him. I promise I'm not.
No. See, Heather, it happens to everybody. Heather was upset today because the podcast, they've had some hiccups with it. And look, can you see us yet?
We can see you.
I only see me.
Do you need to see anybody else?
No, I don't. I just wanted to show you guys something.
Like, I'm good just looking at me, but I wonder why.
Show us.
I can see it.
So Sarah, we made something for Chad.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I saw that. He loves it too, by the way. He
Cute.
messaged that in our group chat today.
I'm going to need
Oh,
one of those.
wonderful. You can give him my number. Not a big deal.
Get it from him on Saturday. He will give it to you. So
Listen, if I had the number, girl, I wouldn't even know.
No,
I would be like,
he said hi to Meg. I fucking can't.
Yeah, he did.
hey, Sarah was invited, right? I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
We're talking about the Australian lady.
Nope, we're not. Nope, we're
No,
not.
that's who John Lee's talking about.
Yeah.
Not the
Scott
Australian.
Jimmy's here. He already know. Girl, you know.
Donnie.
You can get the shirt at mccantdesigns.com, but it won't be done in time for the event.
Shameless plug.
Okay.
Yep.
Link in
All
bio.
I kind of don't like that I can't see you guys because
I think that like when you go out, you need to try
Hey,
to
go out and come back
all the
in.
way out and like reset and come all the way back in. You're going
Right.
out back in way too fast. That's what she said. Nobody really? Whatever. Okay, so anyways.
So what is going on with Texas Freedom Coalition then?
A lot. So, okay. So, one of my favorite parts with
You can read this, you're too close. That's what it says.
one of my favorite parts of what I do is writing FOIAs, right? Writing the public information request. And we actually got a response today.
That's one of your favorite things to do.
It's one of my favorite things.
Hey, can I ask you a question too on those FOIAs?
No,
while
you're
it's
not
on?
allowed.
What am I asking anyways?
I know. That's why we're all here. We do shit anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you do like some lessons on that on TikTok?
Yeah.
People don't even know what FOIA is.
Yeah. FOIA or PIR, public information request.
They don't know what any of that is.
Okay. You know what? That's
Like,
actually a
'cause-
good idea.
That's a really good idea,
And,
Tosh.
and then the people that do, they don't know how to do it. So you're the expert at it, and I think it'd be good.
It's actually
mean-
really easy. Hey!
Hey, boo!
How are you?
Yay!
I can see clearly now. Okay.
So,
What is Sarah's TikTok? I know you got it in here, don't you?
Oh, I
Yes.
do. It's in the banners.
I got it up. It's all
Got it
here.
up. Got it up. Text. Okay.
good. So actually, they're really not hard to write. The most complicated part is trying to figure out strategically what questions to ask. Because they'll stomp all over you, or they won't respond, or they'll give you crappy answers. You have to know what questions to ask. And sometimes it's even helpful to ask what PIRs have been sent in before, and then going off of those and asking for the responses for those and be like, okay, but what about, what about this part? Like, so, or sending multiple PIRs to different organizations and trying to find, that's my favorite part actually, is finding inconsistencies with the answers. So for example, the Texas Department of Health, we've sent a PIR to ask them for statistics regarding how many patients since October, is what we asked for, have been admitted to the hospitals with COVID-19, how many were minors, and of those amount of people, who was vaccinated and who was not. But we didn't just send that to the Department of Health. We sent that to all the hospitals as well, because they're they're supposed to be reporting this, right?
Wait, so like an individual, like through this process, could send it to a hospital themselves. They don't need any kind of like legal. You really should be doing, because like I don't know a lot about it. It's not something that I've ever. I don't know. I didn't know.
That's why, like some people were complaining about, because I was on a TikTok debate, I think last week, and a guy was talking about police stuff, and I was like, well, all you gotta do is file a FOIA, like, and you can get all their disciplinary records, you can get all their, if they use their phone, their personal phone, while they were on shift, you can get copies of that. You can get all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
and he's like, no, you can't.
Text
not for police. And I was like, you literally can.
Mm-hmm.
You can get every teacher's salary in every school in your area.
We've done that. We've gotten teacher salaries. We've gotten the superintendent's salary for TISD several times, just to see if he got an incentive.
Kickback,
yeah. So I love doing stuff like that. But here, so like, for example, today, and y'all are actually the first people to know this, and we're not going to put this out on all over social media yet, because we're going to collect more information. But here in East Texas, the Texas Department of Health has basically put out statements, even to the Tyler newspaper, saying that, and I hate this phrase, but we're in a pandemic of the unvaccinated, and people who are in the hospitals that are with COVID-19 are unvaccinated. And the Department of Health actually said that they got some of their info from UT Health, which is one of the biggest hospitals in Texas, but also one of the biggest hospitals in East Texas. So I sent a PIR to UT, and this is so fun for me. It's like, I don't know why it's so fun, but it is. But I sent
like low key trolling. I can see it.
I sent one to UT Health, asking them those questions. How many people have been admitted into the hospital since October? Because that's basically when flu season starts, and that's when
I forgot that banner was in there.
Look at him.
People who listen to this podcast are going to be so confused in the middle of all this information.
People are always so confused by our show in general. Okay, go. Not messing around. Let's say
it. Can you breathe?
I'm not saying anything.
Breathe at all. Okay. All right. So. All right. So UT Health responded that since October.
I'm trying to listen to our guest.
So we would probably be the kids that got kicked out of class, is what you're saying?
100%.
Always did.
I always did too.
Not probably. So since October.
I want to hear what Sarah did.
Jesus, let me get this out.
Oh wait, I forgot that I have like. Okay, go ahead, Sarah. They're muted. I muted Sarah instead of Tex. Okay, go. Now you go.
You can't mute me.
I was muting your mic. I was like, what the hell did I do?
The substitute teacher muted.
I'm trying to
the
get
guys.
the voice.
That's all she is a sub. I just override the sub stuff.
Okay.
I didn't know that I could just go and do this. And now that I know that I can just go and do this, I want to hear what you found, because I kind of want to start doing this.
Yeah, so this is what was fun.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, it is. UT Health responded and said that UT Health East Texas admitted 417 patients diagnosed with COVID-19 since October 1st, 3 of whom were younger than 18. But this is the interesting part, is that they said, we are unable to provide vaccination status, but because we recently switched to a new electronic health record and we're working to capture that data in the future, which means
that they were never recording it.
They don't have the data. They don't even
know.
And what's funny, I know they don't have it. And so we're still waiting from another large hospital to see what they say. But this is one of the biggest hospitals, and they said they literally don't have the data. Yet over here at the Tyler newspaper, they're telling people in the Tyler newspaper, and the health department is also backing up this statement that this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated, and that you need to go get your vaccine because everybody in the hospital is unvaccinated with COVID-19. But yet UT Health is over here telling me they don't have the data. And it's just, oh my gosh, I was
nothing from 2020 until now has been legal.
They really pressured Fauci today on that specific question. I don't know if it was Fauci or CDC director, but they said, would you still say that this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated and this administration is using this rhetoric when we now know that Omicron has nothing to do with vaccinated or non-vaccinated? Everybody's getting it. And they pussy farted around the question. As they always do. They never fucking answered the question. It's like, bro, answer the fucking question. Like, and why doesn't Americans want to know the fucking question or the answer?
Yeah.
Like, why?
They don't. Because then they have to admit that they were possibly
and that's exactly what it is.
But they want to justify.
They want to justify that they got duped into taking it, and they don't want to look like complete assholes. So now they're going to do everything they can to protect their pride. That's all that it is.
And don't just hold him accountable. Hold everybody accountable. Hold the president accountable. I have a clip of Biden. We'll say Chairman Biden, because that's how he's behaving. So I have a clip of him literally from, I think it was in early 2021, when he was whispering into the mic and he said, get the vaccine. You won't get COVID.
Yeah, you won't
get the vaccine. You won't get it.
Yeah.
He literally said that's a lie. Yeah. Yes, that's an outright lie. Why is he not being held accountable for the lies that he's telling the American people? Why? That's an outright lie. And people probably went to go get their vaccine thinking, oh, I'm not going to get COVID. I'm perfectly safe now.
Right.
Now a lot of them are suffering injuries. He should be held accountable for that.
Absolutely.
100%.
And even the people who weren't necessarily like vaccine injured, you were still duped. Like,
you were still duped.
Would you have gotten it? You know, I mean,
probably still ended up with COVID. Like, oh, I thought.
But how is his approval rating even at 41%? That's what
I was a little shocked when I looked that up before we went live. But
what is that? What is that coming from? Like, what?
Remember the dirty games that politicians like to play. I mean, look at some of the polls.
That it's down to 41%. I'm sure it's much.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be.
Think about who they're targeting with that as well, who the people that they're asking. You know, it's all bias, it's all political games. I'm learning a lot just with like I said, with the polls that are going on, and how all the different polls done by different people are also different because everything is so distorted and they target it towards certain people. And you got to read the fine print. Like Jeff, I'm sure you saw the poll with it had Rick Perry, Alan West, and Don Huffines and Chad Prather had a little sliver of the pie. But if you look at the fine print, it says that over 20,000 people were called and texted, yet only 400 and some people responded. So that's what that poll is based off of.
And mind you, out of their 1.9 million person database,
right?
They only called 19,356 people of text messages and phone calls, and only got 447 response. To be able to come up with this kind of data.
There.
How is that even responsible, even this little bit, to publish something like that?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, and not only that, They have a 95% confidence level.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Because if you were to post something like that, it would be misinformation and would get taken down. That's not correct.
But even on TikTok, whenever you do post factual information, like I've posted stuff
CDC
directly from the
stuff. Yeah, me
FDA,
too.
CDC, it gets taken down.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like anything that goes against the narrative is misinformation. It doesn't matter. It could be we could be televising the Fauci thing today.
Oh, I
And,
posted. An
it's going to be
article-
misinformation.
I posted an article for CNN. It just goes against
Yeah.
their negative. Yeah, into their narrative, and it's you're done.
Yeah, about the cruises.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the meme that we posted today on Texas Freedom Coalition page about polio?
What you do now? What country is going to be mad at you now, Sarah?
Well, it's not country, it's Facebook, but who knows? Who knows out of Facebook? Okay, so we posted a meme that said, all I'm saying is if I got 3 polio shots in 1 year and I still got polio, I'd be asking some questions.
Yeah.
Everybody
That's what I
would.
said.
Well,
Well,
you do have a missing context.
Facebook fact check. Do you want to know what they said? They
What?
said, fact check, rare polio vaccine breakthrough infections do happen. I was dying because I was like,
So now they're going to just what? They're going to just prove all the anti-vaxxers to be not crazy because
Mhm.
now they're like, oh, yeah, this is all the vaccines. We got busted now that the COVID one was so politicized. And
like we don't know that sometimes rarities can still happen and polio can still happen. But I mean, if I got 3 polio vaccines and I still got polio, I'd be pretty damn mad. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Oh, I had something taken down from 2015 yesterday on Facebook.
I've had that happen.
So
when
did Cody.
I had my old Facebook.
Several times I've gotten it.
My poor Facebook is less than a year old.
he was. What is
I
that?
just want to know what.
Registered organ donor, and they wouldn't even allow his organs to be used. They blamed it on the COVID that he didn't have. So then that's one person that died, and then how many other people that died because they couldn't receive the organs from that person because of COVID that he didn't even have.
Yeah, and you
Does that
can't
mean if
donate
you have
blood.
COVID, you can't be an organ donor?
No, you can't.
I
You guys didn't know
gotta
that?
go. I gotta
No.
go.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Wait,
Wait.
100%. I saw that a while ago.
So if I'm unvaxxed and I've always been an organ donor, God
Mhm.
forbid, now they get me into the room and something happens to me, they're gonna grab my organs. If I'm unvaxxed, they're not gonna use those organs. They're just gonna go in the garbage.
If you have COVID.
Everybody that goes in the hospital has COVID. I can go in there for a fucking hangnail. and I have COVID.
So everybody's not an organ donor anymore.
Okay, so this is from Life Source. And it says until recently, an individual who tested positive with active COVID-19 would not be able to donate. However, transplant centers have started accepting some COVID positive donor organs in cases where the individual has no active symptoms. They're dead. How do they have active symptoms?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, death is a
Jesus.
symptom.
Well, at least they weren't more dead.
Death is a symptom of COVID.
Yeah, at least they didn't get more dead.
Right. I mean, it could be worse. They could have
It could have been less dead.
Oh, it can
instead
be
of more.
worse.
It's true.
You can be more dead.
Yeah, you can be dead, but they were just dead.
Dead.
They were dead, so no rigor
But if they're
mortis.
vaccinated, at least they're dead, but they're
Exactly,
vaccinated.
John Lee. What John Lee just said. People who are vaccinated are not being allowed to donate blood. So
Right.
pure blood has really literally become a thing.
I don't know
Well,
anything
and then-
about that.
So it's only if you test positive at the time of death, but isn't everybody positive at the time of death?
Right. So that means that even if I didn't have any symptoms at all whatsoever and I died in a car crash, I couldn't give somebody my organs if it was positive.
Yeah, because everybody's dying of COVID. I think every death is pretty much labeled as COVID.
It was for a hot minute. That's
Mhm.
for sure.
I
don't
want
know
off
how much they're
this
doing
ride.
of it now.
I want off the planet.
Why,
Well, I mean, that's why what happened to me at urgent care happened at urgent care was because I had a symptom of COVID, which was a low grade temperature the night before.
Which
So
can be
I
caused
know.
by toothache, all
Oh
kinds of
no, it
things
was
can
caused
cause a
by
fever.
double kidney infection. We
Right,
found out.
I'm just
Blood work
right.
was horrible, and I passed 3 kidney stones total.
Jeez.
But that's what I mean. Like this
And your sperm is valuable.
Yes.
Okay, can somebody please forward me where I go and
Yes.
sell that? Because I've asked multiple people, and nobody can give me an office.
Yeah, I would also like that information sent to me to pass along to my husband, because if I'm not going to take it, someone's
Hey,
going to.
And if
I've
mine's going
heard
down
you
the
can
drain,
get a lot
I
of
might as
money for
well.
your eggs.
Damn,
You
Aunt.
can, if you fit in the age.
going
One
down
of
the
my
drain,
girlfriends
Tex.
did it and paid her way through college selling her eggs.
I
You
mean,
get a shit ton of money.
No, I
Pat just said
believe-
hers
I
was
believe-
wasted too. Where's that shit going?
So that
Fucking sock.
the TikTok that got posted advertising this live stream tonight, I got a lot of messages because I shared it on my story, and I have like 600 or 700 people that look at my story. And I had someone I did not know message me and said, "Date me," and I was like, "I don't have freaking time." And they're like, "Well, can I have one of your eggs?"
You got to tell Aunt. Sarah, you got to tell Aunt like your messages about him.
Oh my gosh. So I didn't even finish telling y'all this. So I hope he's freaking listening too. I really do.
I do too.
I do. So I got a picture of the poster for Longview and from a certain person who used to be part of the LGBTQ community and is no longer. But he sent me this poster and it had you circled and it said gay. And I was like, I don't care.
Question.
Why do I care?
Question. Is there a committee that makes you? I knew I was waiting for that to come. Is there a committee that gets that guy off? So he used to be part of the LGBT community, and now he's not anymore. So what happened?
You mean like he's not gay anymore, or he just isn't a part of the LGBT community?
And
Like
were
he
you part of
went
the
to
people that kicked
he
him
went
off?
to
the
Mike
committee?
Pence's like reconversion camps, and now he's not gay anymore. Like what happened?
He's now straight because he's found God, which that's fine.
Never. You could find as many gods as you want, honey. If you suck dick once, you suck dick forever. Okay.
Thanks. I want to know.
Somebody said facts.
Yeah, he'll only sleep with his wife doggy style or from the side. 55.
He'll suck her strap on.
Apparently, I'm not a true conservative because of this, so I really don't give.
So
crap.
where is this flyer?
Is his name Jimmy Jones by chance?
Oh,
Oh,
I know.
anyway,
Not.
Hey,
next
Tex.
one episode.
So it was Asian men
I'm
that
a
he was
potato.
into, not Asian women.
I'm a potato.
I can't-
But wait,
So
but where's the flyer, Sarah?
the flyer,
Hey.
Aunt
Oh,
Tex-
you want a copy of you circled with gay?
Oh, I
I'll
mean,
forward it.
Tex can make it.
I'll send it to you.
Who's
I'll
the
send-
guy?
I don't.
It's okay.
we
You don't have to tell me. Bottom line, guys, here, you learned it here today. Remember that thing when the more you know?
oh yeah, do it.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you took it in the butt once, there's no God or none or Jesus Christ that can pull you from that situation that you had. Gay is gay. You're gay now. Sorry. There's no conversion camp. Like, you've already done the deeds over and over and over again. So,
Right.
God bless. Moving forward.
I will forward you the poster. I will
It
forward
just
it
cracks me up that like we still have
It honestly
those
angered
people
me
that
a lot
exist that like
because
run around with their
because-
Bible.
regardless of how I feel and regardless of how he feels, regardless of our religious status, if you are a true Christian, then you are called not to judge at any point.
Right.
Ever. And honestly, according to Christian values, I can take that poster and say, sinner, 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 sinner to every single person on that poster and be like, there you go, I fixed it.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
So how-
He didn't even make the top 10 list. Good Lord, get over it.
Who didn't make the top?
Yeah, we figured out who sent the flyer.
Oh, that makes 100% sense. He's been since 98.
And Monty's still. And don't worry, Monty's still
100%.
gay.
He was on RuPaul's Drag Race.
I'm not trying to send a whole bunch of people after him. So
No.
yeah.
No, don't say his name.
Mm-mm.
No, it's
We don't encourage cyberbullying.
I
That's
do,
right.
But
That's right. Yeah. Unless certain things occur that they're doing, then you can have at
I
it.
mean, I was all I gotta say
cyberbully
is my
Biden all day long.
TikTok friends are super savage. So the second they find out who it is, like he's gonna have
Yeah.
to move. He'll probably have to move.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
So
want to.
it's better I don't. It's you know what? I got it. It's better I don't know, Sarah.
Okay.
it's gonna
100
eat you alive.
Huh?
It's gonna eat you alive.
No, I really.
He's
I
gonna
don't-
Sarah, be prepared. Tomorrow morning, first thing he's gonna
They're
wake
like,
up.
all right, girl, come on, tell me.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be like, all right, I gotta know.
If you tell Aunt, you can't tell me because I'll get very mad.
You probably don't even know him, but
And here's the thing. No, you're not going to know him, number one. Number two, we know that these people exist in the world and all we can do is laugh at it. Because all I can picture is like the little old lady from like Poltergeist when people like that talk like, this house is cleansed. Like, who do you think you are?
Did I tweet him say let's
Nobody
cyberbully Bob Saget? There's people mad that Danny Tanner is dead. There's people thinking that Danny Tanner is a different person, Kat. This is the world that we live in.
I
There's
know.
No,
more
I've gotten the same
concern
comments on my video
about Danny Tanner than the fact that there's children being sex trafficked by our administration through the border of the United States. But they care about Bob Saget.
I just
I
want
mean-
to let you know that little rant was like the proudest moment I ever had with you.
You're liking the 2022 ad.
I am fucking.
I absolutely am.
I legit sent Pribs a text today, like, thank you. Like, all, like, I love all the new people that, like, you've been engaging with. And, like, you're on this, like, I don't know, man. You're, like, in your moment this year. And I'm
It's just a no fuck situation. Like, I'm
It is.
tired. I'm
Me too.
tired.
me
Yeah.
too.
Like, for
too.
people to be pressed over things that are not affecting their life, like Bob Saget has done nothing for you.
Right.
And there's way more things that you need to be
Yeah.
sad about. And Bob Saget ain't it.
no.
Sorry.
The thing is that, like, I've seen more tears for Bob Saget and Betty White in the last, like, 2 weeks than I've seen for, like, literally, like, we're watching people be arrested in Texas with, like, children in the trunk of their car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
these
that-
things
that
are
Houston
happening
one.
right there, and you're crying about Bob Saget and Betty White, who you've never met a day in your life.
Right.
Why don't you go care about those people that you've never met a day?
And you
in your
know,
life?
last night on the podcast that I'm on Monday nights, we had somebody who has just done a documentary in Australia. And I can
Like
go ahead and
Australia.
send that information. I know the Australia thing, but it's an amazing documentary. Like, we're at the point now where Australians are like fighting police officers. Like, we're there. Like,
Well, it's about time. Like they waited too long.
well, and the police has turned on that. Like the
Right.
police.
That's
has
what's
turned on-
happening here in America too.
Yeah.
The police are going to turn on us.
When I
was
saw
Say,
this,
like, what does that say about us, though? Like,
Well,
At
they were
least
just
we're
in New York
next.
City arresting a family for being non-vax.
we're next, you guys. Like, this is what's the scary thing. And then
I just don't understand how the hell we weren't first. We are the freest country in the damn world, and we have all these other countries that are like, nope, we're done. We're done.
So I
guys,
have
they're
one-
done. They were done when it was
Backtrack.
too late. They were done when the camps started. They were done when now they're
No. They were done when they gave their guns back.
Yeah.
That's when they were done.
Yeah.
That's when
That's
they were
facts.
done.
That's facts. But like that, when I saw that yesterday, I had a raw moment live where like I broke down and cried. Like I cried live, and I'm like,
You
these
saw,
are.
what was it that you said? What was it?
He had shown clips of the documentary that he had started, and it's going to
so
be
he wasn't like allowing you guys to see clips of it before he's done. Cool.
yeah, and it's going to be released next week, and I was like in tears. And when we came off, Jordan's like, Aunt, like, tell us what you're feeling, dude. I'm like, this is what people should be worried about. This, like, citizens are being beaten by the police for not getting a fucking shot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yet we're busy fucking doxing people online for bullshit. And, like,
Because they don't agree.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Do you still have that on your Instagram, Aunt? Like, can people go over there and people watch
so-
that?
Yeah, so if you go to Speak Truth Without Fear on Rumble, the entire episode airs the next day after. So it should be up today.
Okay.
Good. There was a, dear God, what is today?
October.
Tuesday.
October.
Baby, I might have believed you. Don't tell me that.
Okay, sorry. It's Tuesday.
So apparently on I don't know if it was this past Monday or the Monday before last. I had someone message me from Australia. I have my little minions in Australia messaging me all the time, but this was really sad. He lives in the northern parts of Australia, and apparently, Chief Minister Michael Gunner, he took the lockdowns a step further and decided that that anyone who is not vaccinated was going to effectively at 1 p.m. on this past Monday was by decree designated as locked out of civil society in the region. They were not allowed to leave their homes. They were not allowed to go to work. They were not allowed to do.
And where was this?
This was in the northern regions of Australia. It just said the northern region.
Okay.
Of Australia.
This also happened in China today.
Wow.
So 3 people in a part of a city in China or a town in China have tested positive for COVID. All of them are not allowed to leave their houses anymore.
Yeah. So he said, quote.
Okay, but then how do they get food? What if they need to go to the doctor?
They're not. That's the thing. He said at 1 p.m. on Monday, the lockout will be lifted. However, a mandatory vaccine passport process will be fully implemented in the territory, and the unvaccinated will continue to be locked out of all non-essential businesses, operations, and services in society.
Who deems what's essential and non-essential?
They do.
Government. The government always has.
They have like
They're doing it to us right now.
What do they consider
It's
essential?
the Northern Territory Chief Minister Michael Gunner. That's who's doing it to these people.
And not to be like super conspiracy guys, but like,
go ahead.
Our government is doing that to us right now. Like,
yes.
You think that there's no portion, but like you think that those foods and stuff that they're limiting in the grocery stores, like you really think they've been sitting for 4 months on a barge? No, they have the food. They're not distributing it to you. They don't want you to have food. They want you to struggle and suffer so that you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to get this fucking vaccine because I need to eat. Survival, right? You need to eat. I'm
so explain to people why we always look to Australia during these times.
Because if we do not intervene and do what we need to do to protect our Constitution and our Second Amendment rights and our first everything, in 10, I don't even know if it'd be 10 years, probably won't even be 10 years, probably be closer to 6 or 7 years, we are going to be Australia. They are the example.
Well, because you made a comment to me, you made one, or a quote to me about Australia was like 10 years ahead for the New World Order.
Yeah. I 100% believe that. And I actually, at this point, seeing what's going on, I don't even think it's 10 years anymore.
Well, and how can you not think that? And how can anybody think that you're crazy for thinking that? Like, open your eyes and actually look at what's going on right now and go back 2 years and what the fuck?
Social.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I think we're getting the social credit score here soon.
Oh, they've already been working on that. We all already have one. It's just when they're gonna like base things off of it.
It's compliance.
Like
you comply 100%.
Oh, we fucked.
Oh,
we big.
Just wait. Eventually, it's going to be to the point where we need a vaccine passport to do what we're doing right now. To be able to access the internet, to be able to have access to social media. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
If we don't stop it, it's going to happen. We won't even be able to talk to each other or communicate with each other. We won't know what's going on in the world.
I mean, they're already
censoring.
And they've brought forth bills to like literally get into your text messages while you text. That's why we've been joking about that this year, where we're like, your text, we'll be texting each other. We'll be like, your text goes against community guideline violations. That's going to act that like they want that to happen.
Yes.
They want to have access to your messages.
We need to, and Chad says this, we need to become a sanctuary state. That's what needs. We need to become a sanctuary state to protect the Constitution, because the problem is that if we do not, that's right. Make Texas country again. Because the problem is that there are laws that have already been passed in the legislature, and they're not being followed, and they don't care. For example, the censorship bill that got passed by Brian Hughes in the last legislative session, they don't care. They don't care about that. They don't care. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, we can just sue them. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere with it. They're just going to ignore you. They're going to ignore the laws until we make them pay attention, until we make them realize that we're not just going to say, oh, well, I guess I give up, you know.
But like with this one, who makes the ammunition that goes in the guns? They may not be able to take our guns, but they can start pulling ammo. And we're already seeing that. Like there's a ton of, like, we have ammo shortages all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost everything in a boating accident. So I don't.
And here's another thing for people to think about too. I've been seeing a lot about this this tax for Venmo and PayPal payments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what people don't realize is this is a direct blow to those
rich
people who. Well, no, look. I have hairstylists that are self-employed that are doing.
Are you getting special payments on Venmo yet?
Yeah, we're
maybe.
It's his only fan.
No, but you think of like the hairstylists, right? Like that maybe their shops have been closed, or barbers, and they're doing haircuts, right? All through their basement, all through their house. Or you give your kid up to $1,000 a month. You send it to him through Venmo for food and supplies and whatever he needs.
It's how I pay my bills. I have a roommate. I pay him through Venmo.
Yep.
Oh, it's a real thing.
It passed, right? Like it passed.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, it passed.
And it passed.
But what if you sell? See, and here's where they don't get you. Like you're talking about income wise. Think about like if I just bought this sofa and now I want to turn around and sell it for $700.
Right, marketplace and stuff like that. Yeah.
You need to let Joe Biden know before you do that, though.
Right. I've already been taxed on it.
Yep.
You're going to get taxed on it again.
And you'll know they started this
cars,
in Canada before it started here. They were already doing this in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
In Canada, they were already doing it.
And this is why I don't understand why any liberal person that hates the government so much. How are you? It's almost like you're brain dead. How are you against government and for this?
Like I saw a video today where someone was saying like Democratic Party doesn't exist anymore, and I know
it doesn't.
I know that they say that a lot about us too, but it's just extreme left wing socialists. It's socialist, it's communism, and then it's people who want our country to stay the way that it always has been. And a lot of these like people, they don't even realize what they're saying.
Honestly, it's communist versus patriot.
No idea what they're saying.
Well, listen, Jen Psaki literally said in a press conference, we need to get this bill passed. It's easier to sell it to the American people after it's passed.
I couldn't believe when that came out of her mouth. It was like, you're not selling it, bitch. You're
But it's true.
Right.
I mean, that's what they do.
My name's
Dick.
This
ain't any different than Pelosi, though.
Here's a car. It's a lemon, but I'm going to tell you after you fucking sign the paperwork.
But this isn't any different than Pelosi saying we got to pass the bill in order to read it.
Right. Well, but they're saying this
For
stuff.
Obamacare.
But why is it going like what?
This is like because they can. They know their base isn't going anywhere.
And you want to know why they can? Because we allow them to.
And see, like Sarah said just a second ago, that it's really American patriots versus
communists.
And it's true because now you talk to people, and if you spot an American flag in today's 2022, what are we going to assume they are?
Patriots.
A conservative or patriot.
And conservatives.
Right? Because that's even how they identify. Even on the left, they're like, oh, you got those American flags? You're damn right I do. You know,
like how sad is that, though, that like our American flag now is looked at that
way?
They
have set it up that way.
Moderate Democrat thought this flag was the Texas flag. No lie.
I laugh when I hear that name, moderate Democrat.
He needs to just stay out of politics. Just go home.
Let me guess,
how is him and his wife even together still? His wife is a Trump supporter.
She wound up voting for Joe Biden.
God. Oh my God. I can't breathe.
Yeah, the
I'm
fact
like
1776.
1776, bitches.
That's another
That
one.
gets
Like
triggers.
that
Mine
one triggers
everyone
too. I don't get it. And so, but that's where we're at today. Is that American flag means you're a patriot conservative, and
Mhm.
you probably hate America the other way.
Well,
Right.
whatever. Then I guess like I'll be a domestic terrorist then with
Yeah,
my
exactly.
American flag.
That's
Well,
why
it's
they
been
come in my
domestic
lives and
for
they're
a
like, "Oh,
long
you're a
time.
traitor." Okay,
Okay.
okay, come. What are you gonna do about it?
And that's what. But you're a traitor. But they won't even fly the American flag anymore.
Which
Who's
is
a
fine.
traitor?
Okay, cool. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Call me a traitor. What are you gonna do?
What
I'm
a
so
weird
dumb.
world we live in when I literally joined the military to fight terrorists and now I'm considered a terrorist.
Right.
I just got a text
That's a
message, and I'm
weird
not going to
world.
say who it's from, but it's somebody that is currently in the hospital right now. And this is an experience that, like, I just overheard the staff talk about people with COVID upstairs, intubated, and they're vaxxed and boosted.
Ah, I can't believe this.
But that's not happening, right? But like
Right.
this person that's literally in the emergency room right now, like with chest pain too, and is being sent, she keeps getting sent back to the waiting room. Take her back, draw her blood, give her an x-ray, throw her back in the waiting room. She's watched husbands be denied going in and seeing their wives who are an inpatient. They just want to go see their wife and they can't. She's watching this cop that just kick people out of the ER for wanting to see their family members.
Watching cops. That's my biggest problem right now. And hey, any officers out there that are doing this shit, you mother.
I did a TikTok about that recently.
We back
I
your
fucking see you.
asses.
Exactly.
Hard.
When these
We back them
motherfuckers are
hard.
throwing bricks at you, and now you're kicking these people out of the hospital, fucking shame on you. I hope that they throw more bricks at you. I hope that they do.
Yeah.
Makes me
Well,
sick
they
to
got
my
rid of all the
fucking
good
stomach.
ones. They kept all the ones that will follow the communistic
orders.
orders.
Yeah,
And
because
that's
they're all
what,
vaxxed.
and that's what people are
Like in
saying.
New York City, they're all
Yeah.
vaxxed.
Yeah, well, and the ones retired early that
And they're all vaxxed. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
Well,
the
it's
ones
just like the
that
nurses, we got rid of all the good, like not all the good nurses. That's a horrible thing to say. If you got vaccinated, you got vaccinated. That was your choice.
But a majority.
But we've lost a lot of good nurses, good doctors that can't go anywhere now. You know, like I loved doing what I did. I can't go back to doing
Hey.
that, even if I wanted to.
I know
because
police
The Mayo-
officers
the Mayo
who
Clinic-
actually got the vaccine but still quit in solidarity because they
Wow.
were so
Yeah.
pissed off about the
Good
mandate.
for them.
That's
Yeah.
strong.
But look, the
Exactly.
Mayo Clinic let off 750 nurses and doctors.
Dude, that's
The
like that's
Mayo
like,
Clinic?
and that's a specialty clinic. Like the people that are going they're so sick.
Oh.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Well,
Well, Sarah, send us off with something good.
Yeah, Sarah sent us off with some hope.
It's all on you. It's the whole show rests on your shoulders now.
No pressure.
Vote Chad Prather,
Yeah,
bitches. That's right. I love it, man. I really do. Vote Chad Prather. That one of the most important things one of the biggest obstacles that we've reached in the Chad Prather campaign is that not a lot of people know he's even running. Like they know who he is and they love him to death, but as soon as they find out he's running, they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
So that's like the biggest thing. We've got to let people know that he's running because he will fix this shit.
yes.
He'll fix it so fast. So
That he will.
in the primaries, please vote in the primaries.
Well,
And then
I can't
when-
vote in the primary.
March 1st.
But I'm coming down to vote. Like I can't. I'm not going to be down there.
That's
Have to
fine.
Vote twice for me, like a Democrat. Okay.
Okay.
What about 3
Do
times
I
like
need
an
to be
immigrant?
all the way dead. Do I need to be dead?
4 times like a dead?
I don't want to be dead. 4 times if I'm dead.
That's right. That's
I get
right.
4 votes if I'm dead. 4.
Love it. That was
4
perfect.
times if you're dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
What if we're both dead?
That's
That's
8.
8 votes.
Okay. I mean, when this private information
Which
act
really
comes out,
then you
they
could
might
just
try to
round
kill
it up to 10. You could round it up to 10.
There we go.
Mhm.
We'll round up. Well, Sarah, thank you for joining us. We appreciate everything. I appreciate what you're doing here in Texas. So do they. If we can do anything for you, let us know. Y'all hit her up on Texas Freedom Coalition on both TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Thank
With
you.
that
We'll see you
said,
this weekend.
y'all have a good
Yeah,
evening.
see you Saturday.
Bye.
paper on the